Okay, so let me explain what the hell happened. I have been living in Brussels for 4.5 years, and for the first time, and I should mention that I have been in the same house for 4.5 years, and for the first time in this 4.5 years, electricity went out, and not only our house, but the entire block just went out for a good, 4 or 5 minutes. And when I came back, none of my equipment was working. So here we are. Did I have several mini and several major heart attacks? Maybe. Did I panic over the fact that I may or I might have lost my equipment? Yes, so much panic. And yet, here we are. I will take this as a warning that I should stop talking about music theory and instead start playing stuff. So while I will just run the backing track for a while, and in the meantime I'll just make a quick Instagram post to welcome people back to the stream, because Jesus Christ. Yeah, I will start now. So, let's try this again. Jesus. Okay. That was way too much effort and way too many complications for one simple stream. But I will take it as the concept of evil eye. So, I will just go over the backing track, and I won't mention theory for a bit because I did it for a while and I lost electricity for the first time in 4.5 years during my first quote-unquote proper live stream. So no mention of theory. I'm just gonna briefly go over the chords, and that way we can sort of talk about what I'm actually trying to accomplish, so what I'm actually playing. So let's start playing. The tonality is A minor, let's say. Tonality is sort of A minor, and then we get a D chord. For a second. So for a while we just feel A minor, then we go to a D sound. I'm not gonna mention, no, I might mention the F sharp because that's gonna give me more of a, how to put it, it's gonna let me borrow a different kind of tonality, and it's just another way to add color to what you're playing, and that's sort of the point. We are painting with sounds, so I could just play A minor pentatonic forever. But if I mention other notes from the scale, so for example, the mention of B implies, well, it can imply a Dorian or an Aeolian, but it just adds a new color to the backing track, and the same goes for any other note that can be in the scale or something else that we can borrow. So for a while it just goes with A and then D. At some point we go to an F, this is near the end, and then we mention, or the backing track features a B flat, which I briefly talked about in the previous live stream before the electricity went out. So from now on, I'm just going to be playing. And please do feel free to mention or ask any questions that you have, or just chat. Yeah, just enjoy. Thank you very much. I just wanted to, I just wanted to figure out the BPM for the song, and I used BPM counter just to tap along with the tempo, and it seems to be a solid 105. Thank you, Oz. Very much appreciated. One thing I want to do is that my guitar tone has a delay, and I would love if my delay is also in sync with what I'm playing. So I think for this tone I will also add a little chorus, because to me that's going to be a little more confusing. Let's go. Aggressive, but until I can just mention the so that should imply the sharp fourth in there. It's kind of interesting because at the end I just mentioned what I played was sort of a D Lydian sound. And that would, I mean, if I'm playing D Lydian, that sort of implies that we are on an A major tonality, which we completely are not. We are actually an A minor sound, or that's what it feels like, or that's what the chords imply in a way, because we see F, and seeing F in that context, in an A major context, F doesn't exist, it's sharp. So because A major features the scale, I mean, features F sharp as the sixth note, and so the fact that we have F chord in there doesn't really fit the overall vibe, but at the end we're a bit more liberal, so let's go with whatever we want. And that's sort of what's fun about music in the end. We can add whatever we want to decorate the time and space of what we are hearing, and that's just beautiful. Let's play some more. not what I intended to play. But it was kind of nice. I like that. I like that I was able to land to the sort of two root notes. I think it added some closure. F major. In theory, one thing I can do is imply a D minor arpeggio over things. That was not a D. That was not a D minor arpeggio. I can play it from. Place like this. However, for the B flat Lydian, I don't really enjoy the fact that I'm sort of going over the scale. Like, we would call it a sharp fourth. Not exactly how I want to. Maybe I just briefly touch on this kind of relationship. I will be playing. Sort of an implication, yeah. I think that's what I do. Not so much so in the sense that I don't think I will listen to this and go, oh wow, you know, someone composed that, oh my god. But the goal is doing things that feel for me. can bump my voice even. Okay, is this slightly better? Okay. Maybe I can speak at the same time. Helps. Something like this. Can you hear me a bit better? The sound. Thank you very much, Yuka. Now I guess I can focus a bit more on phrasing. Yeah, at the end I really want to mention the leading. I really like that little shift, but this takes way too long. There is a question. Is this the most common way of creating, writing a song? Mad respect to the groups that they are not bored of listening to the same thing over and over and over again. So I think it's a bit tricky. While you are composing something, I think you definitely play it over and over again, because you are trying to, I mean, if you just have 4 chords and you're like, you know, these were 4 very happy chords. But if you have this kind of like 4-chord structure that in a way that your main concern is the lyrics and the vocal and sort of the energy and the musical context of it is a little in the background, in the sense that you're not too concerned about harmony and sort of being fancy in a way, I think it could go faster. I think in that case, the main burden, let's say, in terms of how much things take time, that would more be on the production side of things. Because if you hear, I don't know, any popular song that is dominating the radio or the whatever charts, it would be much likely that they spend a lot of time in the production stage to make sure that the sound isn't empty. So if you have sort of, why doesn't, okay, there we go. So if you, let's say, have a song like this, it's just gonna be 3 chords. Is it, can you hear it? It's probably okay. So let's say the artist comes up with something like this. It sounds great, nothing wrong with, nothing bad about it. But, well, we did hear it a million times, but that's another conversation. So when the artist comes up with something like this, they may be on their own focuses, like they focus on more the lyrics and what kind of song structure changes that they can make. And then they work with the producer, in which case the producer can come in and say, oh, well, you know, maybe you can go to another section after you play. After you hear this for a while, maybe you should go to another section. That's one thing a producer can offer as an idea. Another thing, and the thing I find the most helpful, would be to enrich the sound. So if there's a guitar that is doing this, to me this is sounding a little empty. But if you had, for example, a second guitar, maybe something that you wouldn't immediately notice in the final product, but it could outline what you're playing. Something like this, for example. And these kind of little things sort of build up, and another kind of synthesizer or another kind of, you know, guitar, it could be a violin, it could be anything practically, but another kind of sound source could produce to you another set of frequencies, something like, let's say, if you have A major, E major, and then D major, let's say something just plays the octaves. And there could be another set that would be playing the thirds, for example. So in that case it would be... And these kind of things, the guitar didn't really work great in this example maybe, but with this kind of a way of thinking, you can build up the song and make it sound larger. And for a songwriter and producer kind of relationship, I think this would sort of be a ping pong, like a back and forth of how they would work on the song. If you have more of a band instance, so if you're not a singer-songwriter and you are a group of like 4 or 5 musicians, I think you sort of get together and jam for a while. At least that's what we used to do in the previous bands that I was a part of. And when you do that, you have an opportunity to build something together. You might play it over and over. That's one way to approach it, I think. And throughout the repetition process, I think you end up hearing the things that bug you a little more. However, it's also likely that, for example, in the case of Dream Theater, I think they just jam for a long time. And in the end, you catch on to some things that you notice. And I know for a fact that Mike Portnoy, the old drummer for Dream Theater, he has a unique ability to think of how to connect sections, and in several interviews he mentions how he approaches it. And what he does is they record the jam sessions that they do, and then he, I think, splits the ideas up and just stores them somewhere. And in an album writing process, he revisits those kind of recordings, and then he says, well, I thought I heard it work in this kind of a context, but actually it could build to a song on its own. So I'm just gonna remove that idea from there, and I'm gonna use it somewhere entirely different, and that's gonna be something of his own. So that's gonna be a standalone music, like a standalone, let's say a foundation of something different. So the repetition is in place. It is kind of annoying in the sense that you hear the same thing over and over and again. And I think for people who, like, I would say a mixing engineer or like the producer, the fact that you hear something over and over again is on an even more granular level, where you listen to not the whole song, let's say a song of 1 minute, but you take a 4-second sample and you're trying to understand what is annoying you about the sound that you're hearing. It can be a certain frequency that is popping. It can be that you have 2 instruments playing a similar melody, but one of them is blocking the other one. And you're just trying to understand, as an engineer in that case, why can't I hear what I'm hoping to hear? Like, what is being masked? And in that case, you go into the frequency analysis, the equalization process, and that itself, to me, is quite tedious. But there are many people who are so good at it that they just hear something and they say, you know what, I know which frequency is causing that. I know which frequency is giving me that, let's say, undesired or undesirable tone, and they just go for that, and they don't have to repeat it over and over and over again. They just know, they just pinpoint it, fix it, and go on their way. So overall, repetition is, I think, part of it, especially if you are trying to come up with something that you think is your best work. I think repetition is inevitable, but you can think of the same thing in, for example, painting or sculptures or any sort of creative work, because you are trying to come up with your best work, and if something is bugging you, you would likely keep working on it, and it might be tedious, but there is something higher at stake. So in the end, it's worth it, at least to me. But that was a very long answer for a very nice question, I think. I hope that was clear. In the meantime, let's hear the backing track a couple of more times, and I think I'm also running out of energy because, Jesus, the electricity scare was kind of, it took a toll out of me. So. Just gonna try to I now have a better idea of D leading, I guess. That's more of a D major sound. Okay, let's try again. So what can I do when I am here? it's a very nice way to notice that I am not really well versed in Lydian. It's cool. I think I'll play one more and then I will call it the night because I'm definitely running out of I'm gonna say music juice, but that's gonna sound disgusting. I don't know where the harmonic minor came from, but here we go. I think I'll call the night. I'm okay with having understood the structure of the song. I don't love the things that I came up with, but one thing that's there were a couple of things that I noted for myself, I think, overall. So one of the things that I noticed was the fact that I can use some sort of an open harmonic, artificial harmonic in this case, line when I'm hearing a D major sound. So I can just hang out in that area while I'm hearing the D sound. And then we go back to A minor. I can just use this open E string to give me a little tension, and then just goes back to flats, and then when we end here with A, I can go for D Lydian, which I like. I couldn't really play what I wanted to, but so it's kind of sweet. Yeah, I might do another one of these sessions, or I can just come up with a recording and share that one. I guess we're gonna see. But one thing that I can do is, well, thank you for joining for this rather chaotic stream. I am happy that in the end it was sorted out in terms of audio and video. I want to thank the friends that helped me in this chaotic setup process. And in case you have any ideas for things that you'd like to see on a live stream, please do let me know, and I'm happy to share what I know. If I can help you learn something that's wonderful. I'm excited to meet others who are doing this kind of a thing and who are just interested in sharing and learning. Please hit me up, and for now I wish you a good night, and yeah, see you on another stream. Bye.